And so Bayern Munich were crowned as champions of the Bundesliga with 7 games to go. And what a remarkable performance it was. They are still unbeaten in the Bundesliga as we go into the last 5 games or so. And we also can win other trophies. We are still in the semi-final of the Cup, and we are still in the Champions League. And having played Chelsea in the first leg of the Champions League, things are hanging by a thread now. It's not going so well because of a dreadful last 5 minutes. Let's go and kick some balls. Hello and welcome back to part 8 of the Bayern Munich part of what is quite an unbelievable save. And this really is starting to look like a rags to riches save, where a humble manager who began in Notts County and won very little throughout his career from Bournemouth to Juventus, always losing the dressing room, suddenly found himself at Bayern Munich, and we have won the title by a street. We are still losing the dressing room here at Munich, but if we can win the title, and we are still in other competitions, as we'll see, and if we can win another trophy, maybe we'll get to move on in the summer to somewhere bigger, somewhere different. Who knows? This save is very strange, and it does strange things. But we have won the title, as you saw at the beginning, and we've won it by a street, and we are currently 20 points clear. They cannot catch us now. There's only 6 games to go, so we cannot be caught. It is an impossible task for them. And we are now focused on the Champions League, really. That is where our focus should be. And if we look at the schedule, when you were last with us, you saw us beating Monaco in the Champions League round of 16, and we beat them quite comfortably in the end by 5-0 on aggregate. We then went on to play Leipzig in the Bundesliga, and we beat them by 3-0, scoring at will almost and defending extremely well. Against Eintracht Frankfurt, we beat them easily by 5-0 before we had a tough game against Hanover, and we only managed to come out with a 1-0 victory, but a win is still a win. And then we played the Champions League first leg of the quarterfinals, and from 4-1 up, we somehow managed to let Chelsea get it back to 4-3. And as you can see, they scored 2 late goals. Raheem Sterling in the 90th minute and Evan Nielsen a penalty in the 95th minute to bring it back to 4-3. And now it's hanging on a knife edge. Our Champions League aspirations are hanging by a thread. We did, however, then go on to draw 1-1 with Bayer Leverkusen, and that's because we've won the league now, and I just played a reserve team. It still was a creditable performance by the reserves to get that 1-1 draw. So that means that the first team should be fresh for the away leg in the Champions League quarter-final against Chelsea. We do still have injury concerns, and key players being missing has been a theme. We now have Bidstrup, who has a hamstring strain. He's going to be out for 3 weeks. Rooney Bargi is still out with sprained knee ligaments. He's going to be out for another 10 days and 3 weeks. Kai Havertz, of course, has his broken leg, expected to be out for another month or so. I don't think he's going to get back into the team this season. Maybe he'll pick up the odd game towards the end of the season. And in terms of the dynamics, we still have a lot of players who want to leave. There are currently 8 players who are unhappy. Most of those are simply unhappy because they want to leave. And I guess in the summer they will be leaving, and it will be a total rebuild on the cards, similar to what Juventus was before we left for Bayern Munich. So who knows what will happen in the summer. But we're going to focus on the football today, and we are going to go, and first of all, we are going to play in the Champions League quarter-final. Are we going to make it, is the question. And then we have a tougher visit in the Bundesliga, and that will be at home to Borussia Mönchengladbach. We will follow that with Dortmund in the semi-final of the Cup. But we got to focus on the 2 games that we are playing today. We are playing Chelsea, Borussia Mönchengladbach. Chelsea's up first. I'll go and get the team ready. Let's go and kick some balls. And so here we go, the biggest night of our season so far. Champions League football hanging by that one goal. And in goal we have Costa with Frimpong, De Ligt, Kim Min-jae and Davis at the back. Chotard, Guerra and Musiala in midfield. With Doku, Torres and Boniface up front. Can we do it? I'd like to think we can, but it just might be one bridge too far for this team. Chelsea are a good side. We have to give it our best shot. And yes, the media have given us a lot of credit. I trust them to go out there, make the difference. A draw here at Chelsea will be good enough. A defeat, we will be out of the Champions League. And so this is it. Let's go and play against Chelsea. Are we going to make it, or are we going out of the competition? We hold a very slender 1-goal lead. We're playing today with a balanced mentality, but nothing really has changed. We are just going to sit back a little bit more and try and control the game from there. And as we approach 10 minutes, nothing really has happened. Chelsea are playing a more direct style. They play route one, and we do need to be very, very careful. Most of their play is focused down the flanks at the moment. We're playing with a high line, and that's because Chelsea have a lot of good players who can strike a football, and we don't want them playing in front of our penalty area and getting shots away. So it is Chelsea on the attack here, and we need to be vigilant and careful. And there's a ball over the top, and that's a warning that they can get this ball over the top. And I do think that it's probably prudent, despite what my assistant might think, to pull the line back a little bit and to avoid those balls over the top, this route one that they play that can be so dangerous. And we need to get some attacks going here. We've started to get back into the game. We're not really creating too much. We have had 3 shots now, 2 of them on target. We've had a little bit of the play in the last 15 minutes or so, but at the moment it's still 0-0. We'll take a draw. There's nothing wrong with a draw for Bayern Munich. That will take us through to the semi-final. There's nobody really, apart from Mudryk, who's causing me problems. May have to deal with Mudryk at half-time and try and take him out of the game. Down the right-hand side, our wing-back is on support. We might tell him to tight mark Mudryk, but at the moment we're doing okay. And it's Bayern Munich 0-0 with Chelsea, and we need to get them ready now for the second half. And I have told them that things are going well, but they are capable of doing even better. We want to big them up a little bit. I'm noticing that Doku isn't playing especially well, and we might have to G him up a little bit. But it is Min-jae. Can we get something from the kickoff? Chotard back to Min-jae. Min-jae is looking back to De Ligt. It's all a bit backwards at the moment. Chelsea's press is forcing us back. But here is Musiala. But that's given away. And Paez, who caused the problems for us in the first leg. And that's a lovely tackle. And Mudryk, though, will pick up the ball. He is instructed to be tight marked now by Frimpong. And Frimpong has got the ball off him. He finds Torres, and there's a long punt into the box. We should have that covered, and we have got it covered. It comes out to Davis. This is all a little bit frantic at the start of the second half, and it may be that we might have to slow things down, try and get hold of the ball a little bit more. But here's Boniface. Boniface has found Musiala. Musiala's in space. Musiala goes for goal. Musiala has done the job. We are a goal ahead, and now the aggregate is 5-3. And that now is possibly a very long way back for Chelsea. They're going to have to score 3 times to win. We just need to be doing what we're doing. And it was a lovely pass from Boniface. And Musiala lived up to his pre-game billing. And what a strike past the goalkeeper. It is 1-0 to Bayern. Are we going to get into the semi-final of the Champions League? This is becoming the rags to riches save. This manager who has done very, very little, and we are beating Chelsea. I'm noticing now that Caicedo is causing a few problems, and I think when we make our substitutions we'll deal with that. But Chelsea do have a corner, and it's flung in. They are good at set pieces, and there's a header that goes harmlessly over the crossbar. Costa making a little bit of a meal of things, and I think possibly we need to make a few changes. We got Torres and Doku on the flanks who are not playing very well. Let's go and make those changes. And so we have made those changes, and we've pushed Musiala up into the left wing spot and brought on Viega, and hopefully that will do the trick there. We've also now brought on Tell on the right wing instead of Doku. Doku was not having his greatest game. We're not the best team of the two on the pitch there, but we are playing well. We're clinical. And here is Guerra. Guerra, and that could be a penalty. No, it's not a penalty. It's gone behind for a corner. I thought that might be a penalty for a minute. And can we get a goal from a set piece? And we are in charge of the game at the moment. Can we get a goal from a set piece? Guerra is going to swing it in towards the near post. Is it going to be 3? It's not. And it comes out to Viega. Viega, who's just come on. He finds Guerra. Guerra looks to get the cross in the box again, but he's given offside. And the highlight comes to an end. It's still Chelsea 0, Bayern Munich 1. And I think possibly now, as we're coming up to the last 10 minutes, we need some fresh legs on the pitch. We've pretty much stopped Chelsea in the last few minutes from doing anything. They have not added to what they've been doing. We're controlling the game now, and this is nice. Guerra to Viega. Viega waiting for support. He finds it from Guerra, but that's unfortunate, and we've lost the ball. Comes back. Lovely pass out to Davis. Davis looking to get down the flanks. Can Davis get the cross into the box? He turns, looks for support though, and is robbed. Should have got that in first time, but didn't. And Chelsea are looking to counter, playing very direct. We need to be very careful and hold the lines. As Paez, who is a nightmare for us, he breaks forward. Can he get a shot in? It's a brilliant save by Costa. Goes out for a corner. And I think now it's time to make some substitutions. And so we have made our changes just before Chelsea are about to take this corner. It's not over yet. It's 5-3 on aggregate. Are we going to concede a goal and it's headed over the crossbar? What a dangerous team they are from set pieces. But we've survived. And we are still that 2 goals ahead. And Chelsea have another corner for a highlight. It's into the box. It's hit the crossbar and it's headed clear. As I said before, Chelsea are very dangerous from set pieces. Caicedo looks to get something going, but finds its way all the way back to the goalkeeper, and the highlight comes to an end. Chelsea are breaking forward, but you have won the ball. Baquain, who's just come on at right full-back, or right wing-back, he looks inside for Minje. Minje, as De Ligt has been pushed up into the defensive midfield role. Boniface finds Baquain. Baquain up the line to Tell. Can Tell do something? He looks inside. It's a nice pass inside to Minje. Minje to Carmo. Carmo, calm as you like. He finds Jurassic, who's on the left-hand side now instead of Davis, bursting up the left-hand side. Get a cross in. That's the one we want. Musiala, who's having an absolutely awesome game tonight, has made it 2-0 on the night. It is now 6-3 to Bayern Munich. I think we are in the semi-final. And what a victory. It's been tough. Chelsea were tough opposition. And this story, the unbelievable story, is at the moment just keeping going and going. And we are going to make it to the semi-final. What a game. What a player Musiala has become this season. We're coming up now to full time. I'm just going to slow everything down now. We're just going to hold on to what we've got. We're going to keep the ball. And we are going to regroup. We'll slow everything down. And we'll keep everything there as it is. And basically we will go and waste time as much as possible now. There's only going to be 4 minutes added on. We do have a free kick. And Carmo finds Minje. Minje, patient, looks back to the goalkeeper. That's all we want to do is keep hold of the ball. And Chelsea can't do any damage to us if we've got the ball. But we do seem a little bit distant from each other. But nicely done. As De Ligt in the DM role. He looks wide, but it's a poor pass. But we've picked up the loose ball. Finds Carmo, who has come on. in place of one of the centre-backs. I got Delict. Delict has moved into midfield for Jotard. Here's Tell. Nice pass to Viega. Viega, who's a lovely young player. Good young footballer. He's into the box, but he can't get it past the goalkeeper. Jurassic heads it back to Delict. Delict to Jurassic. It is frantic out there, but it is coming to an end, and the night is over, and we have beaten Chelsea 2-0 on the night, 6-3 on aggregate. What a brilliant performance, and the story just keeps going on. Manchester City have beaten Borussia Dortmund, and it's going to be an interesting draw for the semi-final. Whoever we get is going to be tough. And we have done it, and our run just keeps going. And although we are playing weakened teams in the Bundesliga now, because the Bundesliga is over, we still could finish the season unbeaten. We're still in the Cup semi-final. We're in the Champions League semi-final. We will play Manchester City in those 2 legs. Is the final waiting for us? Who knows? I've got another match to play now. We're going to play the Bundesliga game against Borussia Mönchengladbach. I'll go and get the team ready. We'll be right back. And so the team for today is Costa in goal with Bakwain, Marsa and Carmo, Jurassic at the back. Chotard, Afri and Viega in midfield. Van Dermien, Tell and Kane will play up front. This is very much a rotated team. I have the Cup semi-final coming up next. And so as we have won the Bundesliga, this game becomes less important than the Cup semi-final. It is, however, important because we are still unbeaten in the Bundesliga. And so I'd like the team to continue that and to keep going, keep winning games. Let's go and see what happens. Let's go and win this football match. If we lose, it doesn't matter. It's very difficult to stay unbeaten all through the season when you are in the Champions League and you still have the Cup to play. But Jurassic looks to swing into the near post and Carmo heads it onto the crossbar. It was a good start and we had a chance there at the near post, but unfortunately we couldn't put it away. And hopefully it will be all Bayern Munich as we go through the first half. We do have a free kick, and Alfrey with the free kick to the back post. It's cleared away and it comes out to Van Dermien. He's going to be a good player. He's a good young player. Van Dermien, what a lovely pass all the way over to Afri. Can we get a telling pass in here? Afri comes inside, looks for the shot, and it's brilliantly saved. And at the moment, it's 0-0. Borussia Mönchengladbach, they're not a nothing team. They are a very good team. They're 4th in the league. We've got a very rotated team out here. In fact, it contains none of the first team players. And if we can continue to doing what we are doing, we should be good enough. And again, we got a route team who plays route 1 here. So we've set our line back a little bit just in case of those balls over the top. But it does look that they are also capable of playing around our press. And we need to be maybe pressing just a little bit harder. And they're looking for that opportunity to get the ball over the top. And hopefully we will defend any of those long-range balls very nicely. But they're playing it around at the back, looking for that opportunity, trying to drag us on so that we get caught by their route 1. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to come off the press a little bit. I just want to come off the press and we'll kind of just let them do what they're doing, but we won't get dragged out. And hopefully then we'll be in control. And Viega has won the ball with a press and fires it wide of the goal. Viega, one of those who could consider himself to be a first-team player, but he's probably first reserve rather than the main man. He has played a lot of games. Tell has got himself injured. That's unfortunate. Comes out to Marsa. Marsa to Carmo. Carmo tries to curl a shot from the edge of the penalty area. Goes over the crossbar. Remains 0-0. And I think we probably need to get Tell off the pitch. He's a little bit injured, and Torres can come on and play for the rest of the match on the right-hand side. He's quite a useful substitute to have, but I can't afford to make injuries worse, as Tell gives it to Alfrey. Alfrey to Kane. Kane back to Alfrey. Alfrey, brilliant ball to Jurassic. Jurassic needs a cross into the box. Can't get one in. It's gone out for a corner. It's still 0-0. 22 minutes midway through the first half. And we've had all the play. We just haven't put the ball in the back of the net yet. And Jurassic has got himself a yellow card. Needs to be very careful. Here's Van Diemen. Van Diemen gets into space, and it's another chance. But unfortunately, it goes over the crossbar, goes out for a corner. And hopefully we're going to put one of these in very soon. As Kane is going to take the corner to the near post. It's not a good corner. And unfortunately, it's going to be cleared. Here comes the route one. It's unfortunately not coming from them. They were a bit slow. And they're going to have to go and set it back at the back. But we are defending well. They have not had a shot, not had any attacking threat at all. As Bakwain, he takes the short throw in, gets to the byline. Lovely whipped cross, but Kane heads it over the crossbar from point blank range. It's not going our way. I'm going to give him a shout and demand more, because this is not good enough. But we have to remember that this is the second team, as Ferran Torres runs up the touchline. Can he get across him? He looks inside. It's a lovely pass to Viega. Viega to Van Diemen. He looks for Alfrey to Jurassic. Can he get a shot away? No, he can't. It's blocked. It comes back out to Jurassic. Into the box again, and Torres heads it over the crossbar. It's still 0-0. We've had an abundance of chances, and unfortunately we've been very wasteful, and they need to know that at half-time. However, a draw is good. We'll take a draw, because that will maintain our unbeaten record. But here is a corner for Borussia Mönchengladbach, and it's cleared. It comes back out to the corner taker. He's looking to get a cross in, but the defender's across. It's a cross into the box. It comes back out again. They are trying to attack us down the flank. He's got behind us, and what a chance, and it goes wide. And they did have an opportunity finally, but unfortunately they couldn't put it in. And we are going to play for set pieces and slow it down a little bit in the final third, as Borussia Mönchengladbach are looking to get back into the game. We've cleared the corner, goes out for a throw. It remains 0-0, and that's probably how it's going to be at half-time. I need to tell these boys that this is not good enough and that they need to do better. Or they could save themselves that talking to us. Alfrey, he looks to bend in a free kick. It's a beautiful strike and a good save, and that was on its way in. It's gone out for a corner, but actually it's half-time. It's 0-0 here at home to Borussia Mönchengladbach. And I'm going to say I'm not happy with them. Harry Kane, 6.4, it's not acceptable. Torres is going to get tired. I think we just need to tell them that and send them out in the second half. I do need to tell Harry Kane that I want more from him. He needs to play a lot better. But Borussia Mönchengladbach have a free kick. It's oh so close as it just sails over the crossbar. It's still 0-0. We need to bring the big guns on very soon. But that's nicely done by Torres. Torres, who's outstanding, the only first-teamer on the pitch, seems to be a class above the rest. Here is Jurassic. He is a good player. Can he get a cross in? Lovely cross to the far post. Harry Kane has missed another one. Harry Kane, his shocking form this season. But luckily we brought in Boniface, who's been injured a couple of times, but he has been getting the goals. We do have a free kick here, as our free is fouled on the edge of the penalty area. Can we put one of these chances away? It's a lovely cross. It's into the box, and Massa has made it 1-0. And finally, we've got the goal that we probably deserve. It's Bayern Munich 1, Borussia Mönchengladbach 0. It is going to be checked for review, but it has been awarded. It was a lovely header, and he towered over the defender, and we have finally taken the lead. Borussia Mönchengladbach have had very little to offer us. And despite the fact that we haven't really played very well, we've created lots of chances. We just haven't buried them. But we are a goal up, and I think probably we're coming to the point where we need to make some changes now. I can see that Torres is very tired, so possibly a sub for a sub. I'll go and make those changes. And so we have made our changes. We haven't taken Torres off. I think he'll probably survive the game as Bakwain has a throw. It finds Afri into Torres, and there's Musiala just on the pitch. And what a player he is. What a game he had in the quarterfinals of the Champions League. What a player. As Borussia Mönchengladbach look to clear long, we can pick those balls up, and Afri coming back picks it up. We're dominating midfield. 3 in midfield, we should be able to dominate it. As Carmo patiently looks for support, finds Musiala. Musiala comes inside, finds Boniface. Boniface looking to get the ball forward, finds Jurassic. We look a better unit now. And here is Jurassic. Can he get to the byline? Gets the cross in. It's a lovely cross. Boniface shows Harry Kane how to do it. What a lovely goal that was. A beautiful cross from Jurassic, who I think still is vying for the top assists in the Bundesliga this year. And what a lovely, lovely piece of play it was. And Boniface, that's what he does. He finishes off things. And he headed it in. And it is now Borussia Mönchengladbach trailing by 2-0. And I think that's probably game over. Our unbeaten run is going to continue. But Borussia have done nothing really to give us anything to be concerned about. The only thing that I am concerned about is we have not been clinical enough, and Torres now is injured. How many more injuries am I going to get? I don't think I can bring on any more substitutions. I'm going to push Afri up to onto the wing. I think he can play on the left, so we'll switch those two over, and we'll bring De Ligt up across to play as the defensive mid. And that's all I can do, really, and we'll see this game out. And I just hope that Torres, his injury is not too bad. It would be such a shame if he has to miss the Champions League semi-finals. I guess that's what's going to happen. We've had a history this season of key players getting injured. There's another one. His second time this season to have maybe a 4 or 5 week absence as Musiala tries to make it 3. He can't do it. It is a bit of a dampener on what has been a good episode to lose Torres, but that's FM. That's the way it goes. And although we are winning, we're maintaining our unbeaten record. I'm not sure who I'm going to replace him with. Is it going to be Tell? I don't know. Is it going to be Rooney Bargi is still unfit, so it's not going to be Rooney Bargi. There's a chance, and Borussia Mönchengladbach have got one back. And let's tell these boys that this is not acceptable. We need to ask them, demand more. This is not acceptable. Carmo and Jurassic, it was a poor pass from Carmo, and totally lost concentration, and they need to rocket up them. It's now 2-1. We are still unbeaten in the Bundesliga, so as it stands, it doesn't matter. Even if they come back to 2-2, that's fine. But as long as they don't win it 3-2, and they are coming forward, they are coming at us, and I think we need to take the ball off them for a little spell. I'm going to actually just tell the boys to slow things down. Let's take the ball off them. Let's waste a little bit of time and slow things down. I don't think we need to be doing any more than that. And keep the ball, boys. But that is a wild pass, but Boniface picks it up, and he's running at the defence. Can we find another one? Here's Musiala, now on the right-hand side. He's going to look inside. He's looking for a cross even. Gets the cross in. Afri on the back post, and it's gone behind. I think it's going to be a corner. It's all go here. Can we hold on to this 2-1? I want the boys to slow it all down now. We're going to go into a balanced mentality. Try and take the heat off a little bit. We are down to 10 men. And we need to just maybe slow everything down. Cross to the near post, and it's hit the foot of the post, comes back out, and BMG are looking to counter-attack. They can't get a counter-attack away. And we need to be winning the ball in midfield. We need to keep winning the ball in midfield. We are one short in midfield, but we need to keep going. As Borussia Mönchengladbach look to take this 10-men Bayern Munich team, is peeled for offside. They're going to score, and it is going to be given offside, I think. I got my heart in my mouth there for a minute, but I think it is offside. If not, then we've made a terrible error. The goal is disallowed, and I thought for a minute that they had got themselves back into the game. With 10 men, we are hanging on, and we have hung on, and it is the final score. Bayern Munich 2, Borussia Mönchengladbach 1. I'm going to say well done. That was a very good win for us, given that we were down to 10 men for the last 15 minutes. We have to worry about the injury now to Ferran Torres, and he is going to be just for 1 to 3 days, so he is going to be fine for the Champions League semi-final. And the Champions League semi-final will be coming up very shortly, and we will come back for the game against Mainz and Manchester City, the second leg of the semi-final. That's when we'll come back. We'll also know if we are in the final of the German Cup. It could be 3-4 trophies this year. And given the form that we're in, you got to fancy us. And that's it for this episode. If you're brand new to the channel, you like FM content, and you love to see people suffer playing the game. Not this time, but usually. Well, you're in the right place. So why not hit that subscribe button, click the bell, so you'll be updated when we upload the next episode. And while you're there clicking around, why not hit that like button, because likes and comments are what help drive the algorithm to push the videos out to people who've not yet seen anything from the channel. And all that remains to be said now, stay safe, take care, and we'll see you in the next episode.